Hello everyone. So in my last video, I have discussed how to install Oracle Database 19c and how to set up the SQL developer. In today's video, we'll actually start learning SQL. So if you go to Google and type SQL, then you will find that SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Uh, and SQL lets you to access and manipulate databases. So that means by using the SQL, you can create the query to fetch the data from the databases, as well as you can create table, you can modify table. Okay, you can insert the data, delete the data. Okay, so all the things you can do with SQL. Okay, so now let's go to our SQL developer, which I have set up in my last video. And in SQL developer, I will connect to my sys user that we have already discussed in the last video. So if you uh, didn't watch that video, you can go to my channel and find that video. I have also created a playlist where I have added the video, and I will add all the upcoming SQL video in that playlist. Okay, now let's connect my sys user. So I'll click on this plus icon, and so password is the password that I have used while we set up the Oracle Database 19c. I'll click on save password. I'll click on test and click on connect. Okay. So now I have successfully connected to my sys user or sys connection. Okay. Now sys is the DBA sys DBA user. So DBA is having all the permission of the databases. So if you check, like, the role of the sys is sys DBA. So that means this sys is having all the permissions of the databases. Okay. Now what I'll do now, so I'll first create a user to do all the things in our SQL. Okay, so I'll first create a user. How to create a user? So for that, you have to write create user, then username. So suppose I will use a username called Dev. Dev stands for developer, and I will use the password as Dev. So to use the password, you have to write identified, not that, identified by Dev. Okay, so so now you have to run the script. Now how can you run a some script in SQL developer? So for that, select the entire script and click on this uh, triangle icon. You can see green icon to run your script. Okay, but once you run this script, you will get some error like invalid common user or role name. So if you will get this kind of error, what you need to do, you need to run a script before before run your create user script. Okay, so I have already this script. So this script you just need to copy. So alter session set oracle script equal to true. So oracle script must be unit to true to create some user. Okay, so I will run the script before create the user. So you can see session altered. So after running this script, then I will create the user. Now you can see user dev created. Okay, and the password is also dev. And after creating the user, you need to uh, give the user two permissions. So to give any permission to any user, we have to use this db user. So dba can give all the permission to any other user by using the grant command. So you have to write grant create session. Now what is this create session? So create session is the privileges in SQL by which any user can connect to databases. So if a user wants to connect to the databases, then the user must have create session privileges. Also, if a user want to create table, then a create table permission should be also there. Okay, so I'll give these two permission, create session comma create table, to dev user. Okay, that's it. Now I'll run the script. So you can see grant succeeded. So after doing all of this, now I'll connect to my user dev. So I'll click on this green plus icon. I'll use the connection name as dev. So you can use any connection name. The username will be dev, the password will be dev, and the role is default user. So they will be not a sysdba user, it will be default user. And SID will be ORCL. So this SID is I have used while we set up the Oracle database 19c. Click on text. You can see the success status is there. Click on connect. Okay. So now we have successfully connected to our dev user. Now we'll see how to create a table. So create table is part of DDL in SQL. Now what is DDL? DDL stands for data definition language. Data definition language. So what is this data definition language? So data definition language is that language by which you can like create the structure of a table or modify the structure, okay, or drop the structure like this create table. Then in our upcoming videos we'll see alter table, then drop table. Okay, so these are all the parts of data definition language, or in short DDL. Okay, so now we'll see how to create a table. So to create a table, we have the script create table. Sorry, create table. Table name, suppose I want to create a table called products. Products will be our table name, and after that you have to uh, write a bracket. And then so guys, the any table in SQL is having some columns or fields, so we have to write the name of the columns and as well as the data type of that particular column. Okay, so suppose our first column name will be product ID, and after that we have to mention the data type. Now what are the different data type we have in SQL? In SQL we have the data type like number, then we have character, then we have varchar 2, and then we have date. So these are the data types that we generally used in SQL. Okay, so these are the mostly used data types, okay, in SQL that we use. Okay, so so product ID will be a number data type. So now what is a number data type? If you know that if your field will only contain some number, then you have to use the number data type. And in bracket you can use the size of the data type. So suppose I am using the number 4, that means only 4-digit number will be allowed in case of product ID columns. Okay, after that I will have again one more column that is called product name. And product name, for product name data type I will use the varchar 2, and I will use put the size of 20. So this 20 is the maximum size of the product name columns. Okay, and now what is this varchar 2? Like uh, if in your columns number and character will be there, like a combination of number and characters will be there. Also it can be a purely number, or it can be pure character or string. Okay, so for all these kind of scenarios you can use varchar 2. Okay, and in the bracket I have mentioned the size, and guys this is the maximum size for your field product name. So 20 will be the maximum size. You have to use uh, the size less than or equal to 20. But in case of number, the size is 4, that means you must have to use 4-digit number. Okay, and here you need to use the comma, and then your My next field will be suppose a price. Okay, so product price. So price will be also number. Here I am not mentioning any size. So for number field, for number data type, size is optional, but for varchar 2 you have to you have to like mention the maximum size. And then I will again declare some field that is called release date, and this is the market release date of any product of your product table. Okay, and this, it will be a date field. Okay, the data type of this will be date. So after declaring all the columns, you can close the bracket, and that's it. Now you will just select the entire script, create table script, and run this. You can see table products is created. And now how to check is your table is created or not? You can write DESC, your table name. DSC stands for describe. So describe your table name. So describe products. Just select this describe products and run this. Once you run this, you can see in the output section. So this is the script output. You can see in the script output section, you will find four columns are there: product ID, product name, price, and release date. And you can also find the type of all these, uh, the data type of all these fields. Okay. Also you can check the table from the your connection as well. Like we have the connection depth. Just if just you need to click on this plus, then tables, then you can find that we have the product table. Okay, so if you click on plus again, so you can find these are the columns that are available for this table. And if you double click on this product table, you will find that these are the column and data type. Okay, and you can see a various tabs are there. You can explore that tabs. Like if you see in the data tab, no data is there for this table because we didn't insert any data as of now. Okay. Okay, so that's it guys for this video. So we have created a user, and for that particular user we have created a table. Okay, in the upcoming videos, in our next videos, we'll see how to modify a table and how to drop a table, how to insert data into the table. So this kind of thing we'll see in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much guys.